What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE, and it's time to look through what the worldwide box office is doing as we enter the summer months. I tend to do one of these at the start of each season, just to keep an eye on trends and what people are interested in and see what's falling through the cracks and whatnot. So what's new here? We're way down here at 118 is drawing my eye with Animal Farm, a film I'm kind of excited to see because it looks like such a disaster. I couldn't find anywhere in the UK that was screening it, so I'll have to wait for that to come out in some form of digital. But Andy Serkis, you've done it again, my boy. This cast is crazy. Nearly 6 million quid it made. Well done. Right, what else do we have here? Still haven't seen LOL 2.0, but that's funny. I Love Boosters on there. Another film I want to see but can't because it doesn't have a release date in the UK for some reason. Wait, is that really... What? Is that true? October 30th? What is with these UK release dates? I guess I'll see that at some point when I'm allowed. Strangers Chapter 3, boo. God, there's so much like random stuff on here. Yeah, this has kind of been blowing my mind. The Amazing Digital Circus, The Last Act. I'm getting adverts for this when I'm going to the cinema. I'm completely out of the loop. But for an episode of a YouTube show to draw in 20 million bucks is pretty impressive. Still not convinced that it's for me, but I'm happy that it's doing well. Podcast horror movie, that was lame. The Bride, that was lame. Hokum in there at 53. A decent little horror movie. The more Irish folk horror we can get, the better. There's some memorable scenes in there. And if it's true that this budget is that low of only 5 million, that's a great return there. And hopefully we'll get more horror movies from this director. Because while their films aren't perfect, they're cool and unique enough to be worth a watch if you're a horror fan. Oddity was quite good too. Billie Eilish, James Cameron movie is in there. I was kind of tempted to see that because of the weird James Cameron link, but I haven't got round to that. Don't care that much. The Magic Faraway Tree, yeah, I kept seeing ads for that. Pretty sure this is a gigantic bomb, depending on how much they spent on it. Like, it didn't look very good, and, you know, it's like a kid's movie based off some children's books, but... See, I'm finding a lot more films are obscuring or hiding their budgets in ways that I find quite frustrating. You can't really trust when the fucking AI overview, like, quotes Reddit posts. Because what, like... The difference between 35 and 80 million is quite big. But let's just go with the lowball 35. Even then, that's bet as a bomb. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Return to Silent Hill. Boo. Iron Lung in there. 36 for the year is crazy. Here we go. A summer blockbuster. Masters of the Universe. Pretty sure this is also bombing. He-Man fans seem to be liking it, but... I don't know how many of those there are. Clearly not that many, if the return is anything to go off. And let me guess, they probably spent like 100 million plus on this shit. That can't be true. What is the point of Google now? Like, you're fucking useless. Oh, this must be like is that like an 80s movie? Have there been He-Man movies before? I don't know anything about He-Man. This is really confusing. $22 million, but that's clearly not the one that's just come out. It looks like an 80s film. Masters of the Universe 1987, but then it just links, because it has the same name. Gotta stop giving all this shit the same name. It's so confusing. It's like Call of Duty having like 4 Modern Warfares or whatever. Okay, here we go. That was the 1987 one with... I thought I recognized that face, Dolph Lundgren. What was the strategy then? If this one in the 80s bombed, they thought the Hey Yeah Yeah meme would like carry this? Like, I just don't get it. Okay, so Wiki reckons 170 to 200 million, dude. What the hell are they thinking? Like, the film might be fun or whatever. I know some people are enjoying it, but that's kind of insane that you would willingly waste that kind of money. Recognize his name, Travis Knight. Oh, is he also doing Dark Wildwood? There it is. That's interesting. I'll probably check it out when it's on digital, but I'm not going to go see it at the cinema, I don't think. What else we got here then? Detective Conan, Fallen Angel of the Highway. Okay, this looks Japanese. That's a crazy character design. Okay. Sure. Is this good? Like, let me know. Dude, are you serious? Scary Movie's already made 100 million? That was another one I wasn't sure. We were talking on Sardonicast whether to talk about it or not, but I kind of really didn't want to see it because it just looks so fucking lame. All that anti-woke humor, it just felt like it was decades too late. But I assume they made it for like $5, so 30 million. That's very healthy. Whatever. What the fuck ever, dude. Why am I even surprised at this point? I'm curious about this Sheep Detectives movie. People seem to be really digging it. Thought it looked pretty stupid, but doesn't mean I'm not willing to give it a chance. Apparently it's got people crying or something. Like, I like a movie that can catch you off guard. I guess the budget's pretty high because of all these CG talking sheep. Yeah, what the hell? $75 million. So that means it's not really making what it needs to, but who cares if the film is good, I guess. Again, I'll see this when it comes out on digital, I think. Who directed this? The Minions guys. Okay. Really random, but sure. Mortal Kombat 2. Just curious about the budget on that one, actually. 80 million. They're all too high for the ceilings they have. Like, even though that looks like a lot of money, it's not enough when your budget is that high. I don't know if they were expecting more on that. Well, the drama has wound up doing incredibly well. Happy to see that. Still got to get around to Boonie Bears, the Hidden Protector. Alright, we're nearly at the top 10 here. Goat. The goated film Goat. Which I still haven't finished. I watched like 2/3 of and fell asleep or something. It was fucking boring. And a parody of itself. But here we go. You gotta have the entries that are just like these weird mysteries. Scare Out and Dear You, which I assume are Asian, Chinese probably. Yep. This is Scare Out, making $200 million apparently. And what about Dear You? Okay. I'm not really sure how to verify this information. I guess I'll have to just search by American Domestic at the end here just to kind of see what the top 10 would be otherwise. Scream 7's done it particularly well. Another just so much shit in here I just don't care about. But it is nice to see Backrooms at 11, A24's most successful movie now, which is very impressive, especially considering the baby director who made it. I thought it was solid. In fact, the Sardonicast episode where I talk about it with Adam and Jake should be up on the same day as me recording this and putting it up, so check out Sardonicast for a review on that one, but it's cool to see how well it is doing because it had a pretty small budget, an enormously small budget, for how good that production design is and having these class actors in there, very well shot. So yeah, I don't think anyone is internally disappointed about that because that's crazy work. Get ready for more Backrooms media. Bloody hell. Obsession. $224 million on an under $1 million budget. Mind-blowing stuff. Kind of the surprise of the year so far. Just sideswiping everyone coming out of nowhere. Establishing Curry Barker is this new hot thing, I guess. Horror fans are eating good. Even if they're not doing well at the box office, like 28 Years Bone Temple, we still got the movie, and it's awesome. A nice variety, too. You got your stupid podcast horror movies, your legacy sequels like your Screams, but Backrooms, Obsession. Just with the economic reality of things, horror movies are just filling this niche where they can be creative and cool and simultaneously have these kind of low budgets, and multiple generations of people seem to be interested. Like when I saw Backrooms, my screening was like full of Zoomers. That's usually like old people like me. So whatever keeps cinema alive, if it's cheap horror movies that are cool and creative, I'm all for it. Number 8, Wuthering Heights still in there. Boo. I'd be shocked if that isn't in my bottom 10 of the year. Hate that fucking film. Gone into enough detail on this channel though. Here's another new entry. Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu. At number 7, what a sad state of affairs this is. I guess their gamble of their first Star Wars film in 7 years on the big screen being a sequel to a Disney Plus TV show was kind of stupid. They should have just called it the Baby Yoda movie, and I'm sure this might even be doubled. Not really surprising, and the most curious thing to me is just like, well, what are you doing next, I guess? What's the strategy? I know you've got the Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie coming out next year. Maybe that will work, especially with Project Hail Mary doing as well as that has done, and that being like a space movie. Everyone loves Ryan Gosling, and the Free Guy dude knows how to make money. Yeah, Sean Levy. Wait, he produced Backrooms. He's just everywhere, this dude. Wherever the money is, he'll be there. Yeah, here it is, Star Wars Starfighter. Not an exciting project to me, but this probably would have been a better swing than Mandalorian and Grogu. There's something a bit more mysterious about it, even though this director is just not interesting to me at all. Who wrote this? The Adam Project, bro. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, Star Wars just doesn't really have the cachet anymore. This is unthinkable, really, when you think about what it used to be as a franchise. Number 6, we got Hoppers. I think this was adjusted from the last video I did where there was some weird fake data that was boosting it way up. So this must be the real figure. For a $150 million budget, that's a little bit soft, to be honest, especially for like a Pixar movie. I guess it doesn't have the title of Toy Story. So that's why we're getting Toy Story 5 this month. Pegasus 3, I'm pretty sure that's that Chinese movie. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Devil Wears Prada 2 has done extremely well. Again, not that surprising. Kind of a legacy nostalgia sequel thing. I have seen the original, and I just don't really have any strong feelings on it. I just don't think I'm the target demo. I might see this, just no strong feelings, really. Seems to be alright. $100 million. Doesn't even matter. It's made so much. Project Hail Mary, still in there at number 3. Michael at number 2. Approaching the billion to the surprise of nobody. Not a good movie in my opinion, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this also reaches $1 billion at some point, just like our first billion of the year. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, again, not surprising at all. I kind of thought this would actually be, at this point, a bit quicker. But even the people that like the movie kind of don't like the movie. It's hilarious. Like the caveats people come up with to like defend it. Whereas I just thought it was an abysmal kids film, key jangling references in the worst way possible. But if Illumination is good at anything, it's making boatloads of money. So obviously we still got some of the big summer hitters yet to come. Spider-Man will definitely quickly jump to the top, as will Toy Story. Probably that Minions movie. Oh, Odyssey, of course. Avengers. I'm really curious how Disclosure Day is going to do. I'll see that next week. Hunger Games usually does well, and Dune will do well as well. So let me quick see what this list would look like with just domestic. So not that different when you sort this domestically with GOAT being number 10, Go Obsessions even higher. Okay, so let me know your thoughts on what's going on with the numbers stuff. Any other surprises you predict, or what are the safe bets? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you on the next vid. Bye!